testing is done. All the liveries have obviously been revealed, and I wanted to wait until testing was done to do this because I wanted to see what the cars look like on track, because as I'll get to, some renders of the cars don't look as nice, but then when they got on track they look great, or vice versa. The renders look great, but they actually don't live up to the renders on the track. Normally it's the other way around, but we'll start with P10, the worst livery that I think is on the grid. Obviously, these are all very opinionated. Everybody is going to have a different opinion, so calm down. I've gone with Mercedes. Obviously, the main criticism of this is the AMG bomb of AMGs just everywhere, but I don't think, especially that AMG at the back, it's not that bad, right? The actual AMG bit. Like, yeah, it would be better as just the star thing that they used to have, or I'm not actually sure what it is, but that star that they used to have, the Mercedes logo. But it's the silver. It's the way the silver is put in. It's just like a blob of silver. There's not a good gradient there. It's so bad. So yeah, logo sizing is terrible. There's so many parts where the logos need to be bigger or smaller, or just in the wrong place altogether. I didn't notice this until testing, but there's the green bit on the halo cover bit area. It's just grim, or turquoise. It's not nice. I don't like that either. But the front, from the front view, is incredible. But, we can't just look at the front view. So that's why Mercedes is the worst for me. Next up, Ferrari, I've gone with. Obviously, the green Mission Winnow logo just ruins the whole car. And I was thinking, like, because without that green, it's probably a couple spaces up. Because, the Ferraris, we know it's just going to be a red car. And I think that's the problem with Ferrari, is they needed to do something special with it, because otherwise everyone's going to be like, yeah, that's a red car. So they did the green to get people talking, which is, I guess it's only going to be on there for testing and maybe a couple races. I'm not really sure the rules, but it won't be on there for the races, so it's not really a big deal. But that's the official launches with the green, so therefore it's got to be bad. The gradient at the back could be really, really nice into the more burgundy colour, but it's too sharp. Everybody said the same thing. The nose is really good, logos are really good, and lots of people have been saying the fonts are really nice. The fonts for the numbers, I think it looks like Comic Sans. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's really great font for me personally, but I don't think it's very good racing font. I think it's a font, it's whatever, but on a racing car, it looks like a Comic Sans. So not for me, but some people they'll love that. So next up, P8, McLaren, and yeah, this is an interesting one because you'll see this later with the Red Bull, but like, it is a good livery, but it's obviously the same livery with some slight tweaks to the nose and the way the lines go and stuff. So I just can't feel like I can put it that high, and I'm not being biased because I'm a massive McLaren fan. So to put the livery P8, the nose is really nice. I like how the blue goes into the nose. But there's something about the livery. It's very simple, but if you have such a simple livery like that, using it twice in a row is probably not a great idea because it's just not really very exciting. So yeah, it makes the car look quite long, and it's just not a great livery. So to use it twice in a row, I think that's the difference between the Red Bull and the McLaren. But we'll get to the Red Bull in a bit. So now then, P7, Williams. This is, as far as I've seen, this is everybody's P10, or if not P10, P9, because everybody hates this livery, and so did I in the renders. But this is why I wanted to wait until after testing, because the render was horrible, right? Easily the worst car, but in real life, it is very nice. It's really nice. Like, the lines, the lines, they're not really that bad. Yeah, the Williams logo is not great in it, the wobble, but that can be fixed. Like, I feel like if they can improve on it for next year, it could be really nice. The yellow is not used right. I reckon if they either make it much less yellow, or just a yellow highlight, or scrap the yellow altogether and bring back maybe like a white, more white or something, then it could be fixed. Because I know the yellow is because of the history, but if it's just going to make the livery look bad, in my opinion, it does. Certain parts, the yellow can be used right, but it's not. And the W is off. But in real life it does look nice. It does look nice. The nose is nice. The side is not as bad as I thought it would look, and I think it is quite nice. So yeah, that's what I've gone with there. I think that's probably the most controversial one. Maybe we'll just see. We'll see. Haas. So next up, I've gone with Alfa Towery P6. Very good, solid livery. This way, it's pretty smack bang in the middle. The nose is easily the best on the grid. The navy nose is probably one of the best noses in past few years. It's incredible. That just the pictures of like the front of the car are really, really nice. But the side view, man, that line that goes like across the bottom and then goes up at the end, it's so like off-putting. It's the same thing with the Ferrari. It's like that one green bit just draws all your attention to that. And it's that curve. It just goes up far too quickly, far too high. So yeah, it could have been a possible top 3 for me if they had done that much better. And then the white rims are okay, but they're nothing special. They're a bit unnecessary. For me, they don't really add anything to the car, but they're not as bad as some people say. But not necessary really. So then P5 right in the middle, Red Bull, and some people put this right in the bottom because it's the same. Some people put this at the top because it's so iconic, and I'm kind of a bit in the middle. It is becoming an iconic livery now, like McLaren Marlboro. Yeah, it's the same, but that's the difference between this and the McLaren. This Red Bull livery, I think people don't understand because they've seen it so much. It is really, really nice. It is really, really nice. And it's an improvement from last year with more Hondas, but particularly the Honda on the rear wing, the DRS flap. It's very. I love that that on the back, but it's very clean. I know it's the same, but it's just so good. And I've not put it that high, smack bang in the middle, P5. I think that's pretty fair. Next up, Aston Martin. See, some people put in this like P1. The renders looked great. The renders were like, it was definitely, probably when it came out, it was like in contention. I was thinking, oh, this could probably be one of the best on the grid this year. But then seeing it on track, no. It's not, no. It's not nice. It is nice. It's not P1. It's not even, for me, this was, after this, it does get quite hard, but for me, this was, between P3 and 4, it was quite difficult, and then P2 and 1 was almost impossible, but yeah, this, I'm pretty set that the Aston Martin didn't look too great. The font were terrible, too fat. I don't know what they did there. It's disgusting. It's just too flat of one colour, really. I think you can barely notice the pink on the bottom when it's on track. It needs to be the lime green that it was teased. That would have been much nicer. Yeah, some people are really big fans. I'm just not as nice a fan. It's got potential. Cognizant, really good sponsor in terms of livery wise. Good sponsor to work with, as they can. The logo is okay to go on cars. But yeah, moving on. P4 for Aston Martin. This is maybe the most controversial one, or maybe the Williams. I don't know. P3, Haas. I just want to clear something. We're talking about liveries here, not why the livery is how it is. Because the reason for the livery, obviously, it's because money and Russia. But the actual livery, ignoring why it's there, if someone said to you, "Hey, look, this was an attempt. You have to build a livery using the Russian flag," this is incredible. So the guy on Twitter I think it was called Brandon Sieber, I think his name is, who designed this. So yeah, but it's really, really good. Like the way the Russian flag follows the bodywork, it's very nice. It looks great on track. The white they've just made it work for me. Like, it's just good. It's just a good livery, and I know there's so much controversy, and I think it's a shame because of how good the livery is. Like, at the end of the day, the livery designers, they don't choose sponsors, they don't choose all of that. They've just been told to make a car with the Russian flag all over it, and they did it well. So yeah, it is a nice livery, and the reason behind it is bad. That's the conclusion. So then onto the top 2, and this was probably the hardest decision out of all of them because both these are so nice. But in P2, I've gone with Alfa Romeo. I don't even know if it is actually any worse than that. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know what's coming. P1, but the renders were really good, and on track, it's really, really, really good. but it's so nearly first. But it's missing it's missing the pizzazz, you know. Like, I feel like my preference is probably Terra's quite like a busy livery for me. I think that's what I like, a lot going on, but it's not overcrowded, just busy. I think there's a difference there. If you find the balance, it's going to be, for me, really, really good. And obviously the Alfa Romeo is like a plain red and white car, but it's the best red and white car you'll ever see, because like the green, the clever, oh, very good, very good, very good. It's everything about it. The red on the bottom and the white on the top is very good. I think before it was good, but it was the fact that you had the heavier colour, so to speak, on top. But now they've flipped it. Oh, it's really, really good. So, yeah, that's why it just misses out, because it doesn't have the liveliness that I prefer. Some people won't prefer that, so that's going to be top, and that's fair enough. But it doesn't mean in P1, the best livery of the 2021 season, according to me, is the Alpine F1 team. This is a humongous chef's kiss. The chrome and the blue is just so good. The Alpine logo at the back, everything is just spot on, really. And apart from the engine bulge, the engine cover, I mean, the fact that it's fat, it's extremely thick. But that's not part of the livery, so I'm not counting that. If you were counting that, then Alfa Romeo wins, but we're not, because that's not part of the livery design, that's part of the car design. So it's not technically part of the livery. I don't know if there's a lot to say. Everything looks really, really good. The front angle looks really, really good. Side angle looks really, really good. From the back looks really, really good. From the top looks really, really good. It's just, there's a lot of competition with blue cars these days, but you know, Alpine have smashed it, to be honest. It's the ideal blue car. They got the French flag. That's so good. But it's closer than the Alfa Romeo. But Alpine win this little. What is this? They've not really won anything. This doesn't mean anything to them. But either way, yeah, this is mine. What are yours? And do all the stuff you're meant to do, as I always say. I'll see you soon.